Evening, we have Maylene Cavazos. Insatiable's pursuit of self-knowledge leads her to unconventional paths. From Wim Hof Method instructor breathing psychedelic experiences to band-dwelling blitzwoman chronicling spirit encounters. She holds an MA in organizational psychology, works in corporate IT, writes, and occasionally makes delicious tortilla soup.
Fully in. And exhale out. Okay, 2 more times. Fully in. And exhale out. 1 more time. Make it your best. Fully in. And exhale out. Okay, thank you. Go ahead and sit down if you want. I understand if you need to move or stand up. I totally get that. This is a lot. It's heavy stuff, some of it. Okay. I want to tell you a little bit about my mental illness. See, I even have a hard time saying it. It is difficult because I've spent most of my life trying to make sure you know nothing about it. I cannot show you because how many people show their craziness and have gone to jail or been hospitalized? A lot. I have scared off too many people to be totally transparent. So, I will do the best I can using my words. But there's another barrier. I struggle with wanting to tell you anything. The last thing I want is for you to feel bad for me or think less of me. I don't need your pity or for you to feel bad, or worse yet, your reproach. So why do it? The first reason is obvious. I don't want to disappoint Susan. Second, maybe it will educate, even if a little. Media makes bipolar dramatic, showing you the stereotypes of good TV. But if you know something about bipolar, maybe you'll have compassion for the crazy person on the street. Maybe you won't wince or be repulsed when you hear the term mental illness. Whatever awareness does for causes, maybe it will do that. 3, solidarity. Maybe one of you has bipolar, and maybe this reading will make you feel a little less alone. Lastly, and maybe most importantly, I want to tell you about my mental illness because I want you to see me. Even the part where the chemicals in my brain go fireworks kaboom and you don't know what's going to happen next, my body talks with energy pulsing through my veins as fire, flames high. Maybe I want you to see that part too, to be my witness, to stand firm in your own security, and know my beauty. First, a little bit about bipolar. You know when you get up too fast and all you see is black? Your hearing goes to a high-pitched noise and dizziness makes you hold onto the wall? Or when you've had a concussion and all the lights go off? A little change in blood and reality shifts. Awareness changes, senses stop functioning. The brain is fragile, and a perfect balance makes up what we consider a normal reality. Bipolar is a combination of imbalances in the brain, of energy, chemicals, and electrical signals. These imbalances cause extreme increased or decreased energy, expressing as mania or depression. Now, everyone experiences highs and lows, but when it impairs your ability to live a well-functioning life for an extended period of time, it becomes diagnosable. Bipolar 1 is more extreme. Hallucinations can be visible and hospitalizations are more frequent. Bipolar 2 is less extreme. I've heard bipolar 1 and 2 differentiated in this way. Bipolar 1 is like missing 2 arms. You can't hide it as well. Bipolar 2 is like missing one arm. It's easier to hide, but still difficult to manage. I have bipolar 2. I like to think I can type the game of life with one hand pretty dang well. Bipolar can begin with a traumatic head injury, and so anyone can get it. But don't worry, it's not contagious, unless you have a relative who has it. They aren't sure how it works, but let me tell you about the mechanisms of my medicine. The first one is lamictal. It decreases the irregular electrical impulses in my brain. Epileptics use it as well. But unlike seizures, you can't always see my episodes physically. The other medicine is Wellbutrin. It stops norepinephrine from being reabsorbed in the brain, leaving more of it available for use. It's an MRI antidepressant. One medicine decreases electrical energy, one medicine increases chemical availability. Okay, so I'm going to take a little break. If you want to stand up, I'm going to do 3 breaths. You can keep 3 breaths. Hold a breath in, and let go. Okay, 2 more. Fully in, and let go. 1 more. Fully in, and let go. All right. What unmedicated bipolar feels like for me. Imagine you live on a boat. Waves get rough, threatening to throw you overboard. You ride the boat holding onto posts on the way up and sinking your feet on the dock going down. Even on the calm, sunny days, the shakiness of this reality undulates underneath your feet. Before my diagnosis, I thought all of your bodies experienced this instability. I just thought you all were professional surfers. When I get thrown overboard, sadness can overtake me. The world disappears and all I can taste is salty blue. Dark blue, like turbulent ocean waves in a storm. They submerge me into the muffled quiet. Underwater, time slows, beckoning me to go deeper where the shades of green turn black. Just as I reach down into the stillness, accepting that the storm might end there, strong waves pull me back to the surface, leaving me gasping for air amid the crackling of thunder and pelting rain. I suck down a combination of air and water that feels at the same time like drowning and surviving. I flap my arms, tread water with my feet, look to the sky for perhaps a lifesaver, only to be pummeled by another wave, plummeting me into the bubbles, deeper into the undertow. The cycle continues, leaving me neither the serenity of the black nor the safety of a boat. When the energy sprays me into the air, I fly. I get a lot done. I come up with creative ideas. I get everyone in the room high off of my detached, ignorant bliss. Buzz, zip, zap, buzz. Thousands of bees in my body buzz, ready to move. There isn't anything I can't do. Or if the forceful energy turns gray, I become a hazard. Flexing muscles, punching pillows, rage and anger, thunderbolts and explosions. High amounts of energy take me higher and higher until all of a sudden the energy stops. 90 feet in the air without any cushion to fall down onto, I fall down splat onto the ground. Fatigued, disappointed, and unable to stand from the fall, depression sets in. Nothing is as beautiful as it is 90 feet in the air. Thoughts come to me like spider webs floating in the sky in early spring. Sometimes they catch on the pollen, dust, or little seeds and stick onto my brain. They may float from the far distant past, or from another person's mind, or from the tree next to me. I might wonder at the web, look at that, so dusty and yellow. And then the color of it bursts, penetrating my eyes, ears, mouth, suffocating dust. Sometimes a web attaches to my brain, and then another one joins. I'll follow one for a millisecond, but then another web comes. Once interesting and new, the webs become sticky and obtrusive, entangled, forming a paper-mache prison around my brain. Many times, you are in the room casting your own spider webs, and they have all sorts of things stuck to them. You don't notice them, but I see them, and I can't help but draw them into me with my intrigue. If I notice it at all, it comes directly towards me, as if my noticing is like a vacuum, a force pulling toward me. Sometimes I can shake it off, realize it's not mine, but many times it bothers me until you leave, and I use my fingers to wipe the webs off. But lots of times, residue is left. Lots of times, the residue builds up so much I begin to think it's always been a part of me. I watched a movie about a genie who could not live on Earth because there were too many signals. His antenna short-circuited and he couldn't think here. He left. Unmedicated bipolar 2 is like being on the radio channel 89.8 when the music is on 89.9. It's like the sun and its energy. It comes and goes each day, changing everything in its intense shadow. It's like honey mixed with froth. You wish you could enjoy the honey, you taste the sweetness, but experience disgust. It's like a headache that never goes away, a stomach never quite settled, a missing limb with phantom movements. It's like sadness, a well of water at the base of your throat you can't swallow away. It's like that TV where the show plays, but the sound is a half a second off. The lips of the actors don't sync with the words. I once read a book that started by saying her mother is a bird. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited I gobbled up the next pages like I finally had an author who understood. But then I found out it was just a novel. Sometimes I think I see things no one else does. Like the lining between our planet full of wild creatures and the unseen world of spirits, energetics, and divinities is thin. So thin, I can see through it like a translucent curtain in front of a foreign garden. No gravity exists on the other side, and sometimes I drift off the earth. On one hand, bipolar feels terrible, a curse. But I intimately experience a wide range of emotion and realities. Sadness, pain, ecstatic joy, pleasure. I am not afraid of you, because I am not afraid of me. This makes me wise, compassionate, and with the openness to enjoy the fullness of life. Unmedicated bipolar can suck, but wow, does it expand the universe and increase the bounds of wonder. Okay, I'm gonna do like 3 more breaths. I invite you to do it too. Fully in, then let go. Fully in, and let go. One more time. Fully in, and let go. A letter to myself when I was diagnosed with bipolar. What I wish I would have known. Dear Maylene, it's okay. Lots of people with bipolar live thriving lives. You'll be one of those people. 2, it's not your fault. It's a brain issue, like epilepsy. Would you fault an epileptic? 3, you can't fix this. It's a disease. It's something you may deal with your whole life. And just like freckles are often damaging sunspots, it will become part of you. 4, you can't manage it by yourself. You need a team, therapists, PCP, prescribing psychologists, friends, family, safe places. You may lose some friends because of their fears or insecurities. That's okay. More secure ones will come along. 5, you are worth the time and effort it takes to process feelings. Tell your support, team, and friends when you need a few minutes to process things that come up. They will be more patient than you expect. Being honest about what is happening for you will save your friendships and build intimacy. Get comfortable with canceling plans. Your health and well-being are more important than obligations. 6, you need stability more than others. You have to create it. You have a sensitive brain chemistry, so be careful with anything that destabilizes you. Caffeine, sugar, alcohol, drugs, intense movies, etc. You can't live like other people. Because the inner world is volatile, the more stable your outer world is, the easier it will be to live. If you become a master at getting your inner world stable, you will have achieved something all humans look for: inner peace. You will have the keys to humanity's most treasured dream house. 7. Feeling good is not an indicator of being fixed. Like healthy food, you can't get to a healthy weight and then stop eating healthily. Keep taking your medicine. Keep taking care of yourself. 8. You need an emergency plan. Tell your team about it. Place extra medicine in every car and purse you have. 9. You have a closer connection to the unconscious. In stability, you can analyze this and gain wise insights. 10. You know how to fly, and you know how to wallow. Become the master of savoring all of it. Become the master of having no fear of any of it. 11. You are strong. Remember that you've made it this far. The same creative life force within you led to the biodiversity of this magnificent planet. Your thriving survival evolves humanity. You have the infinite intelligence of the universe within each of your cells. 12. If you are not stable, don't try to help others. But when you can express and capture how it is to feel, how it is to find stability, peace, how to dance with your demons, how to pivot your thoughts, how to do whatever it is you get good at because of bipolar, share that with the world. You're going to be okay, I promise. I'll be there with you every step of the way. Love, Maylene. Managing bipolar. Most people can't tell I have bipolar. I manage it really well now. It's taken me years to find a formula that works most of the time. In managing it well, it is easy to hide, but hiding it is shying away from telling the truth. This is my truth. I spend at least an hour a day doing practices that keep my inner world stable. At first, I wrote a list out of things I do to manage to share with you, but the list is too long. It's summed up by the word care. I make myself green tea in the mornings. When I'm sad, I wrap my arms around my chest and I wipe away my tears. When I'm off my center, I can feel the wind pick me up off the ground. I call my therapist or my family for help. I ask myself what it is I need and actively go get it. More often than not, when I feel the energy rise and I have nowhere to go and no one to call, I breathe. I feel my belly. I feel my abdomen. I feel my chest. I feel my throat as air expands each. I breathe in peace. I exhale peace. I breathe in peace. I exhale peace. A few days ago, I woke up to explosions of yellow and suffocation of pollen. I nearly ran to the river by my house. I laid on the ground and held a rock in each hand. I laid there for an hour until the sun came over the foothills. 1,000 lines of rainbow light streamed from the orange sun through the leaves. The difference between me and those rays dissolved, and I remembered, I am here, I am here, I am here.